Yo, what's going on, guys? So we got an amazing video for you today, reviving leads in case you burned the call, you hopped off a sales call, and for whatever reason, they didn't buy, and for whatever reason, they're ghosting you. So we're gonna go over one of the things that we do in the sales agency to be able to revive leads that we hopped off calls with, and to be able to revive anybody that you've been on calls with in the past that may have ghosted you now. There's a lot of ways that we revive different types of leads, whether they be expired clients, ghosted leads, or what we're going to go over today is going to be specifically you just got off a call, you didn't close them, you reviewed the call, and you want to be able to close that deal because you know that they are in the market to buy and that you can actually help them. So what we're going to go over today is the line that you can use and the mentality you want to use in order to get them on the phone. So we're not going to go over like the difference in the framework and how you position the new offer on the next sales call. I want to show you how you can revive these leads. So if you're on any sales calls this week, right, or last week, that you can get them back on the phone this week with zero cost in ads, okay? So check this out. So this initial line, I'm going to write it here and you guys can just copy it. So this is one of our strategies we use to revive leads. And let us know where you watch from. If you guys are watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video if you feel like this would help anybody. If you're watching this on Facebook Live, then go ahead and like the video, help us expand the reach. Let us know where you're watching from. So reviewed your call with the team. This is huge, guys. Couldn't help but notice you weren't completely heard. Would love to share with you what we came up with. Share with you what we came up with. And the last line here is got time this week. Okay, well, unless it's like Thursday, then it's like got time next week. So that's the only thing that'll change. Make sure you include that in there, but send it in a separate message. So this is going to be message 1 right here. Boom, so that's message 1. And then message 2 is going to be right here, just got time this week. Do not overcomplicate this messaging, guys. Typically what we notice with reps is that they overcomplicate messaging. We work with teams, right? So my company, the sales agency, we are a sales development company. So we work with companies to help them put together simple sales systems that work. And a lot of the time when we do that, it's too simple for a lot of the reps on the team or companies we work with, and they overcomplicate the messaging. They want to add in their own flair and all this additional stuff, but you don't need to. I'm telling you right now, if you guys were on any sales calls this week or last week, you come in with this message, reviewed your call with the team, couldn't help but notice you weren't completely heard. We'll love to share with you what we came up with. Send. Got time this week. Send. That's it. Okay? Typically, they're going to say one of two things. What do you got? Which you could say, we're going to go over all that goodness on the call, or we're going to cover all that, promise you what time, prefer Thursday or Friday, or what time prefer Monday or Tuesday, right? Depending on when you send this. They're going to say, sounds good. This day works for me. It's going to be one of those two answers. I guess sometimes we'll get a no, but very, very, very rarely do we get a no. Like, very rarely. So this is even best to use once you hopped off the call the next day, right? So you should be reviewing your calls. If you're not doing that as a team, which is powerful, you should be doing that. We do that twice a week. If you're not doing that with your team, then you need to be doing it by yourself, okay? The same way that you, NFL football teams or football teams, they review their footage, right, from the previous game the next morning, okay, because it's fresh on their mind, and they want to be able to review what they could have done differently, right? Q&As are great. You can bring questions and have them answered, right, in programs. But like if you work with us, for example, we actually do call reviews with clients. We come in and do sales call role plays so people can actually practice what they're learning. We also do Q&As because you don't just want to have questions answered. You need to review what you've been doing, right? So this way you could tweak those things. So if you're not doing that with your team, you need to do it by yourself, okay? Because you need to sharpen your sword. And the only way you can do that is to be able to see what you're consistently doing that is not working, what you're consistently doing that is working. There's a big difference between saying, yeah, I know what I'm doing is working because I can see it, I'm closing deals. It's another thing to say, I know exactly what I'm doing that's working because now I'm duplicatable, okay? If you want to become an asset, if you want to become bulletproof, right, you want to become a pro, then you can make yourself duplicatable. Until then, you're just, raw talent, okay? And that will only go so far, right? You will never become an asset, right? I can't remember what book is on this, but they talk about that, how there's like people that come in that are newer, closers and cleaners. And going through that book, you'll be able to read, you'll be able to just Google up closers and cleaners. It should pull the book up. But essentially, closers can get the job done by closing the deal, doing what you need them to do. Cleaners can come in and get the job done when it seems impossible, right? They're able to consistently do it when they want to do it, not just when their back's against the wall. So that's pro level status. But anyway, so the day after you review your call, right, come in, send this message, and then you're going to say, got time this week. The idea is that it's simple, okay? Don't overcomplicate it. Simple is duplicatable. Simple creates more engagement, okay? So if you had any calls this week or any calls from the previous week, go ahead and drop this in there and you'll be able to get them back on the phone. Now, you're probably asking yourself, well, if I get them back on there, what is that call going to look like? The whole idea of getting them back on there is to be able to leverage whatever it is their obstacle was. So this way you can come on there and to be able to create some level of incentive to accommodate the obstacle in a way that does not exhaust any more of your bandwidth, right? Or require any additional fixed costs. Okay, so if you're a sales rep, get creative, right? Be able to create your own incentives in a way that does not put more on the company, but still accommodates the buyer. If you own the company and you're doing this, then come in and do the same thing. Don't exhaust more of your bandwidth. As a business owner, you want to make sure that you have that space to create content, similar to what I'm doing now, or to be able to make your program better, be able to help your team, right? Be able to talk to your leadership team. So there's a lot of things you should be doing as a business owner. So don't exhaust more of your bandwidth to accommodate one buyer. That's not scalable. All right. And if you're a sales rep and you can do this, I'm telling you right now, guys, if you take 4 calls in a day and 2 of those people don't buy and you send them this message the next day, you'll rebook at least one of them. Okay. And if you leverage the actual framework, getting back on the call properly, then you'll be able to close that deal. Okay, because you're accommodating whatever that need is, whether it has to do with their financial situation, which logistics are the easiest, right, obstacle to overcome. If it's some type of, which you notice, like maybe it's an emotional thing happening throughout the call, you haven't been able to reframe one of their beliefs, then you can come in and acknowledge that. Say, I couldn't help but notice X. Okay, so what are you doing so far in order to fix that? What's the game plan? What were you envisioning this to look like working with us? So you want to be able to dive a little bit deeper on that specific thing. If you listen to the whole call and you realize, I have no idea what they wanted out of this call. I don't know what their priorities are, right? That means that you can go through that call again. All right, it'll be a little faster so you can skip a lot of the discovery stuff because you know a lot of that. So you just want to probe in the direction, right, where you're noticing that they have the most pain, so you can find that highest degree of pain under that topic. So anyway, guys, if you want to revive leads, we do this in a lot of different ways with expired clients. We can do this with ghosted leads. In this case, you're reviving a lead that you were just on a call with, and you lost it. You lost the deal, but you knew it was closable. So if you guys have any questions, drop them below. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll come back and answer these questions. If you're watching on Facebook Live, You can go ahead and ask your questions now, and I'll be able to help you out. But this is going to be one of the methods in how we revive accounts. I'm telling you right now, you do this properly, you're going to be able to get so many more opportunities and be able to control those opportunities, right? Especially if the leads go dry, the company you're working for, or maybe you're doing self-gen to create your opportunity. This is going to be how you can get more at-bats with people that are in the market to buy, right? Maybe you just missed one or two things, okay? So this is something that happened with a client of ours where they burned the lead. They're like, how can I get back in front of them? So this is something we do a great job of at the sales agency, is giving ourselves 2 at-bats for every opportunity if we know that can be closed and maybe we lost it on the sales call. So any questions you guys have, drop them below. Like I said, we're going live in the Facebook group. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll come back and answer your questions. Any videos you want to see, let us know, and we'll be able to create those videos based on some of the obstacles that you're creating. The only thing I ask with this free content is share it, help expand the reach so we can help more people, right? If you guys want us to look at your sales process right now, just go ahead and email us, support@thesalesagency.com, and we'll be able to see where you're at and see if we can help. So anyway, guys, last time before we hop off, this is going to be a quicker video today. But if you want to revive leads that you were just on a call with that you lost, or if you're watching this video and you're like, yo, this sounds great, do this to any calls you had last week and this week, okay? Not just yesterday. Send them this message, just in an email, in a Facebook Messenger, whatever their form of communication is with you. Reviewed your call with the team, couldn't help but notice you weren't completely heard. We'll love to share with you what we came up with. Send. Second message, got time next week. Now, if you're doing this through email, put these together. But if you're doing this through Facebook Messenger, Instagram, or LinkedIn, separate messages. Got time this week, or got time next week. So the time I'm making this video, it is Tuesday. So I would say got time this week. If it's Wednesday or onward, I would say got time next week. So that's it, guys. I wanted to give you a quick one so you could help generate some cash flow. If you want us to come into your company to be able to help you find more cash that you're sitting on, because a lot of times our clients are and they don't realize it, shoot us an email, support@thesalesagency.com. Just give us a little bit of where you're currently at so we have an idea, and then we'll see if it's the right time to schedule a call to see how we can help. But hope you guys found this helpful, and I'll see you on the next one.